Hello, guys. Good evening. I believe you can hear me. How was our day? All right. I hope you guys can hear me. I actually send the. Okay. All right. 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 Okay. So yeah, today we're going to be delving back into um, health and safety. All right. Yeah, you can't see me. My camera is closed for now. Oh yeah. So today we're going to be delving into um, the part two of health and safety that we started last week Tuesday, right? So as you can see, the topic for today is solar installation, safety training, learning the risk, fire and hazard, and the part two. We're just going to be delving into that right now. And yeah, again, our host today, sorry, our presenter today, our trainer today is Engineer Ayomide, right? The one who took us last week. Hope you guys can remember. And yeah, we're just going to be rounding off with the safety aspect of the training today, while we continue tomorrow with the rest of the uh, training and all of that. So I'd already promised that if we have any network issues today, right, we're not going to be doing any live session again. We're just going to be doing primary. So what that means is that I will record it firstly, and then I will upload it to YouTube and primary for you guys. Okay. So because I think if Satan wants to be smart, you understand, we have to be smarter also. Okay, guys, we'll start right away. I'm just going to bring up Engineer AY. Okay, okay, he's already up. He's already up. He's already up. He's already up. All right, Engineer AY, you have the floor for the next few minutes. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Just hold on for us a little bit. I don't know. The mic has started again. Sorry about that, please. We'll fix it as soon as possible. Are you trying to restart? Hello, guys. Sorry about the whole drama. Uh, we're going to restore the this thing as soon as possible, please. Just hang on a little bit.
Hello. Let me just consider them. All right. So I believe everyone can hear me like this. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So, we apologize for the breaking transmission. You know the issue. We didn't know like an issue was going to arise this night like this. We don't know the guidance about preparation and everything. But anyways, we continue as planned. All right, all right. Am I audible enough like this? Yeah. So, all right, all right, all right. So, we continue from where we stopped last class. I remain your the special guest. Is it special guest? Anyways, I made a guest and the health and safety specialist, Mr. Malali Ayinde, and I'll continue from where we stopped last class. But before I continue from where we stopped last class, I will just do a recap of what we discussed last class. All right. So, last class we talked about the why health and safety. Hello. Okay. 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 Yeah. Sorry, the network is kind of messy this night, and hopefully finish this thing like this. Anyway, so last class we were talking about the importance of health and safety in solar installation. We also talked about many things. We talked about how important it is. We talked about the difference between risk, um, hazard, and I think risk, hazard, and harm. Or so we talked about a lot of things last class, and it it I believe we had a wonderful time. We were able to like, learn some things. So so arise while installing the solar panels on the roof, and while um, trying to install the battery and the inverter and all that. Is that right? So is that right? So trying to so I'm trying to open slide and sorry, just give me a few minutes. Sorry, the network is a little bit annoying actually. Okay. All right. So yeah, let me just share the slide right now. Sorry, I'm trying to look for the slide. All right. I believe everybody can see my screen like this. Is that all right? So, um, as you can see, we started out with the mastering health and safety in solar installation, and okay, it's solar. Okay, we talked about the difference between hazard, risk, and danger in solar work. As you can see, hazard is any potential source of harm, such as a live DC wire, live direct current wiring, or slippery rooftop. Hmm? All right. And risk is you measure the likelihood and severity of harm. For example, electrocution risk increases when working on the faulty equipment in wet conditions. Then danger means an immediate threat, like like a sparking cable that can ignite nearby materials. So that's the difference between hazard, risk, and danger. Then also we talked about conducting job hazard analysis and also ignoring hazard risk that could lead to severe injuries and fines up to $14,502 per OSHA violation. So those are what we talked about last class. And moving on, we also talked about the PPEs. We talked about the hard hat, the UV protection safety glasses, the electrical gloves, full body harness, steel toe boots, high visibility vest, arc flash shield. Then also talked about the importance of staying hydrated while walking, and also you should also follow the LOTO, that is the lockout and tag procedures. And also talked about the failure to use um, PPE causes construction accident, and also regular PPE inspection. The importance of inspecting your PPE regularly, and also the importance of body checks and in training too. So those are what we talked about last class. And moving on, okay, we also talked about working at height safety, falls the fatalities of fall, OSHA requirements, the use of collective safety guards, the inspection of ladders daily, then elevated work. You stop elevated work during wind. If there's like wind that has exceeded 20 meters per hour to reduce risk, then you should also conduct regular rescue drills to establish clearly marked no-go zone near edges. So, and okay, we also talked about lifting, the how to master lifting techniques, or how you lift components, either solar panel, batteries, and so on and so on. So you assess the load size, the weight, and grip before lifting every time. You use proper techniques, you bend your knee, keep your back straight, hold object close, and then avoid twisting. These are things we talked about. Then solo lifting should not exceed 50 pounds. Then use team lift or mechanical aids for heavier loads. Any loads that exceeded 50 pounds, you should always call on a partner or call a colleague that would assist you in lifting those loads. Then or you should use a mechanical aids to lift it, maybe using of your chains, slings, and rope to lift heavier loads. Then utilize ergonomic training and warm-up stretches to reduce strain risk. So you utilize ergonomic training, that is your posture training basically, and warm-up stretches to reduce strain risk. Then you plan workflow to minimize carrying distance and install anti-fatigue mat on hard surface. So you plan your workflow to minimize carrying distances and install also anti-fatigue mat on hard surface. So I think that was where we stopped last class. So anyways, moving on today's topic, we'll be talking about preventing fire hazard in solar systems. So I believe one of the risks that could arise while installing solar panel is electrocution. I know even it is why getting electrocuted, aside from
Sorry,
passive
engineer, you
electrical
right? Can you?
can be electrocuted. It could also ignite. Look, let's just say peradventure and while walking,
Can
there's
you hear me?
a spark. Those sparks could also ignite fire, and that could lead to fire. And fire is something we don't want to experience. In fact, a fire accident is one of fire accident and electricity accident are one of the two most dangerous accidents in the world, and it has led to loss of life, loss of property, and so on. It's so
Okay, okay.
dangerous and so terrible. So anyways, fire causes, one of the fire causes, or some of the fire causes, high voltage direct current circuit, inverters, and batteries can spark fires through arcing, overheating, or worsened by dust or wiring defects. As you can see, those are examples of what could cause fire. Then you mitigate by once you've I believe you've seen it. High voltage direct circuit can cause fire. Inverters too. Even the batteries can spark fires through arcing. Then overheating too, as you can see. These are things that we are familiar with. Then how to mitigate risk, how to control it, is by installing arc fault circuit interrupters. Interrupters, that is the AFCIs, and rapid shutdown system, that is the RSS, according to the NEC 690 requirement, as you can see. So these are what you use to mitigate those risks, the fire risks. They use fire-rated enclosures and ensure proper grounding to reduce ignition risk in solar installation. You use fire-rated enclosure and you ensure proper grounding to reduce ignition risk. As an electrical student, and I believe Engineer Victor would have explained what grounding is all about. Then fire response requires Class C distribution and strict avoidance of water on live electrical components. So I believe when you're talking about fire, we have classes of fire. We also have classes of once you have classes of fire, then you also have the type of extinguisher that you would use for the classes of fire. We have class A, we have class B, we have class C, we have class D, we also have class K. You get so class C is an electrical type of fire, and you can't just use water to extinguish it. It could lead to other things you get. Then you schedule annual inspections and maintenance. You schedule annual inspections and maintain clear zone free from combustible to prevent fire spread. So we have the combustible material and the uncombustible material. So combustible materials are materials that could catch fire easily. They are combustible to fire. Do you get? So these are fire like clothes, or plastic and so on. So those materials that could catch fire easily. Then training on shutdown procedure is essential to protect lives and property from positive fire like Walmart in 2018 solar fire incident. As you can see, we even made reference to the fire, the 2018 Walmart solar fire. You can also do research on regarding that. So you train people on shutdown procedure if there's like fire or if there's any accident, how to shut down or how to rescue, how to do the emergency procedure. You train your personnel, you train the people you want to do the solar fire installation for. So these are things you should train. That is why they're telling us the importance of training. Is that right? So And site safety management controls. Can see this is the importance of site safety. Because while working on as an electrician, while working on site, these are things you should take note of. Fencing to prevent unauthorized access and protect site boundaries. You fence it. Then clear high voltage warning sign to alert workers and visitors. So we have different types of safety signs under health and safety. And we have electrical sign. We have, in fact, we have three major signs. We have the mandatory sign, we have the emergency sign, we have the prohibition sign, or that's or the warning sign. We also have the hazard sign. As you can see, we have four. So the hazard signs are the ones you see maybe the ones that would warn you. So we call them hazard or warning sign. So the warning, maybe there's electric high voltage here. You see high voltage, do not go to it. It is warning you. You understand? So and that is why that is as you can see, declare high voltage warning sign to alert either the workers or visitors, so they will know that okay, they're not supposed to go to this area. Do you get? And you also you maintain walkways to prevent trips and over cables and so you make sure you maintain the walkways so as not to trip over cables and so then vehicle traffic management to ensure safe movement around the site. So if peradventure you are you are being given a project to work in a bigger area or to install about 100 solar panel in a estate or in a company or whatever. So you have to move from one place to another. So you make sure you manage the vehicle traffic to ensure that there's safe movement around the site. You also dedicate safety officer that will conduct daily toolbox talks and manage incident. As you can see, you make sure you dedicate you appoint someone, a personnel that his own job is just to conduct daily toolbox talks to manage incidents. So if before you start any work, like every day or yeah every day, so someone will come or maybe it could be you as the technician, and you tell your you discuss with your colleagues or your apprentices about the importance of safety, so that would also remind them on what they want to do on the importance of safety. Is that right? Then proper storage prevents falling objects from rooftops, minimizing hazard. So you make sure you store your tools, equipment very well, and perfectly fine, so that they would not fall from the roof and stuff. Because majority of, like I said, 70% of the work or 60% of the work is on the you installing the solar panel. Then the rest is inside. So while installing those panels, you might not know people could be working on that like on below you. You understand? So you make sure your tools and your equipment are well kept and you store them properly. Then dust control measures to maintain visibility and reduce respiratory risk. There's also you also control dust so as not to like start inhaling dust or harmful particles into your respiratory system. Is that right? Then comprehensive site safety plan, including emergency contact or weather monitoring and waste management. So that's the management is waste management that is there. So okay. All right. So you make sure that you plan your site safety very well. So and those like I said, it includes emergency contact, somebody that will monitor the weather, and also someone that will also manage the waste, any waste that you use. You understand? So that's also part. Then you also you coordinate with utilities for safe grid tie-ins and electrical connection. So you can also do the proper coordination with utilities for safe grid for safe grid tie-ins and also electrical connections. Then you also use of barriers to protect excavation from accidental entry or equipment. So you use barrier to protect excavation from accidental entry or equipment. What's this? Sorry. Anyways. So, or equipment falling off actually, because I think that was what I wrote here. Or equipment falling off from where you're working down. Is that right? So, I would also move on to preventing and managing solar installation injuries. So, let's just say, accidents could happen. anytime. There are things you have control over, and there are things that you don't have control over. So let's just say accident happened. So I can see come up some common injuries include minor cuts, electrical shocks, and falls, often in remote locations. You can see. So these are the common injuries that include maybe while carrying the solar panel, or you forgot to use your gloves, your protective gloves. You had the minor cuts, or there's electrical shocks and falls. So these are injuries that are common. Sorry. Then we also have the ANSI compliant first aid kit. I mean, your normal first aid kit that must include bandage, antiseptics, bond gels, eye wash, AEDs, and splints, as you can see. Which all of as a technician, you should always carry first aid kit to wherever you're working, because you never can tell when accidents could happen. Then all the workers need CPR and first aid certification with kit accessible within you, as you can see. All workers, regardless, must have CPR certification, very very important, and first aid kit, first aid certification too, and also with the kit accessible within minutes. So that's what I just talked about. Then immediate emergency actions ensure scene safety. So as you can see, once there's like any emergency, so there should always be an immediate action that would follow after it, or that would curb it or control it. So that would ensure scene safety. That would also ensure call emergency services and use AEDs when required, as you can see. So these are things that are very, very important. So, and also conduct regular mock drills and maintain incident logs to improve safety preparedness. So you conduct regular mock drills. So you do a mock drill. So as to know that, so as to make sure that everybody knows this thing. You understand? Everybody knows the emergency procedure or the first aid actions to take if there's any accident or emergency. Is that right? So, and you should also record them, or record them in the record those mock drills in the incident logbook. Is that right? Then include trauma supplies on remote or utility scale sites to reduce injury severity and downtime. So you also include trauma supplies. You have something called trauma supplies, and on remote, as long as you are working remotely or utility scale site, to reduce injuries, so that you reduce the severity of the injuries and also the downtime too. Is that right? Then um, okay, the workplace safety assessment confirm your readiness. So the master key solar safety topics and variety of skill target scoring. So you assess knowledge of solar hazard, PPE, fall protection, safe lifting, fire prevention, site control, first aid, and JAK portal. As you can see, these are safety assessments that you assess. Then achieve over 80%, that is 78 correct, to demonstrate proficiency. That is after you've assessed yourself. You have to like achieve over 80% correctly. Is that right? Then score of 5 to 6 indicates review is needed. So if it is over 10, they're saying it is over 10 actually. Then you have to get 78 correctly. Then it says score of 5 to 6 indicates review is needed. Then below 5 requires further training, as you can see. Then use quiz result as certificate prep or team refreshers to reinforce safe work practices. So you assume it is a big scale or a large scale work, you do like a quiz so that you make sure that the team also the members they know the safety guidelines or safety rules to follow while working on solar installation. Is that right? Then continuous learning and competency reduce risk and improve safety on solar job sites. This is what majority of these big companies does. They make sure that they make sure to continuously train their staff. So it could be on a seminar, it could be on normal paid training where they will train their staff. The staff will go for external training somewhere so as to reinforce them to make sure that they know these things very well. And if there's any information, they will also any new developments, they will be aware of it. Is that right? So that is that. Anyways, I also aside this, I also have let's continue. Okay, I should so I sorry for that. So I really, really apologize. I sincerely apologize for this. This is really, really annoying. If I'm being honest, it is annoying because the network is really shitty. So I will try to share my screen again, and this time, hmm, okay, I have a little video for us to watch. Let me just quickly show it to us. So, um,
A 19-year-old apprentice electrician.
so
Recently, a 19-year-old apprentice electrician was killed installing.
hold on, let me try to increase the quality.
Recently, a 19-year-old apprentice electrician was killed installing solar panels after falling through a roof. The apprentice stepped on a plastic roof sheet, and despite using a fall arrest device, the rope still had too much slack between the worker and the anchorage point, allowing the worker to fall 7 metres to the concrete slab below. If you work with solar
Falls. Trevor Savage, SafeWork New South Wales Inspector.
installing solar panels exposes workers to serious risks that can result in death or serious injury. Falls from heights are the leading cause of deaths in the New South Wales construction industry. Installers must reduce and manage the risk of falls to ensure the safety of workers and themselves.
Text, what should you do? Before accessing the roof.
Taking time to plan your work before accessing the roof will help keep you safe. A formal risk assessment with agreed controls must be completed prior to commencing any work. Check the current condition of the roof and the types of roofing material. Ensure the roof is dry and clean before commencing work. Locate any skylights, plastic roof sheeting, asbestos cement sheeting or other brittle roof material, and plan your work to avoid.
So, just like buttress what you're saying, as I say, this is what we call fencing, or using fencing to prevent people from coming up, or if there's fall, so that the personnel will fall. You understand? So it's more like a safeguard for preventing the technician or the person working on the install installation from falling off. Is that right? So, yeah.
Walking or storing material near them. Use this information to determine the best fall protection system to use. To protect workers from falls, prevention is the safest option. Examples of fall prevention devices include temporary edge protection and scaffolding. Remember, these will provide protection at the roof edge but may not prevent falls through brittle roof materials. Where falls can't be prevented, harness-based systems of work such as work positioning, restraint technique or fall arrest should always be used. Work positioning is where the worker is suspended or supported from a rope that is under tension at all times, so there is no slack in the system. Restraint technique is a type of fall arrest where the worker continuously adjusts the lanyard length to prevent them reaching a position where they could fall. It can provide safe access to a large area but must be carefully used to avoid excessive slack. Remember, a lanyard that stops you reaching the roof edge may not stop you reaching a brittle roof surface. Other types of fall arrest may include non-adjustable systems, lifelines, catch platforms and safety nets. Before starting work, make sure the roof is dry and clean. Check all equipment is fit for purpose and in good condition. Keep people not involved in the work area away using barricades or similar controls. Provide safe access to the roof. Typical examples are scaffolding, elevated work platforms, and portable ladders. When using ladders, they should be secured at the top and bottom and extend at least 1 metre above the roof edge. Always maintain 3 points of contact. Remember, safe access includes having a safe way to connect to any harness-based systems. Lift materials from the ground to the roof without putting workers at risk of falls or falling objects. Do not lift or carry materials while climbing ladders. All items on the roof must be secured to stop them from falling. Store materials where their weight can be adequately supported and ensure they will not blow away. Before starting work, make sure all workers are trained, fit for work and demonstrate safe behaviours. This includes training them to use the specific fall protection systems used on each job. Ensure all workers understand emergency procedures on site in case an that is unsafe. Provide adequate supervision to ensure fall protection systems are being used properly. You have the power to save others. Speak up if someone is not using fall protection. It might just save their life.
Text: if you work on solar installations, plan before accessing the roof, use fall protection, make sure all workers are safety. Call 13 10 50. Visit safework.n.
So, all right. I also so yeah, that is as can see they really discussed the importance of barricade fencing and all that. So I also want to show us PPEs that are used in solar installations. Hopefully I see. Okay. Right. So, hold on. So this. Okay. So, as you can see, these are PPEs. As you can see, everybody, this is your hard hat, your reflective jacket, safety boots, gloves, and also eye boots. All these are important. Are important for are important to your safety. Um, so So all these are very important. Is that right? As you can see, Class E ADAT provides electrical protection up to 20,000 volts and are mandatory for all solar installation work to protect against falling objects and electrical hazards. Then safety glasses and face shield. So this is a type of a highway protection that protects against flying debris, UV radiations, and glare. Face shields offer additional protection during cutting and drilling operation. Then sun protection measures. This is wide brimmed attachment and UV rated sunglasses prevent sunburn and long-term eye damage during extended outdoor installation work, as you can see. Then this is for guardrail. As you can see, the guardrail system provide perimeter protections on rooftop, preventing fallings during solar installation. Then also personal fall arrest system. PFAS includes harness, that is your safety harness, those things that you tie on your body that will protect you from falling. That is lanyard and anchors that prevent workers from hitting lower levels. Regular inspections and proper trainings are essential for effectiveness. Then safety nets installed below work areas catch falling workers. They must be properly installed. inspected regularly and positioned to minimize fall distance. So that net will be done to catch once barriers that alert workers of roof edges must be flagged, positioned correctly, and combined with all the protections method for complete safety, as you can see. So all those are very, very important. That is for your that is fall protection systems. Then electrical safety glass. We have the insulating gloves, the safety glasses, arc flash protections, the insulated tools too, as you can see. So all these are also important. Okay, now before there's something called the installation safety procedure. So that is the site assessment safety. Before that is pre-assessment, and now the first one is pre-assessment hazard identification. So for pre-assessment hazard identification, you conduct thorough site survey to identify potential hazards like electrical lines, structural weakness, and environmental risk before beginning before beginning any solar installation work. As you can see, you do a site survey, you identify potential hazards like electrical lines and all that. Then weather condition evaluation, you monitor and assess weather conditions, including wind. These are things we talked about. So, and that is including wind speed, precipitation, and lightning risk that could compromise safety during site assessment activities. So you monitor. These are things we've talked about. Then the fall protection requirement: implement comprehensive fall prevention system, including guardrails, safety net, and personal fall arrest equipment when working at height during site assessment. Then establish safe pathways to roof area installation zone, ensuring clear emergency exit and avoiding obstacles that could cause trips or fall. So then, okay. All right. Then we also have the equipment handling guidelines. So you proper lifting techniques. So use body mechanics when handling solar panels. Bend at knees. Keep back straight and utilize steam lifting for heavy components to prevent musculoskeletal injuries. Then personal protective equipment. Always wear your PPE, that is gloves, safety glasses, hard hats, and for protection when handling solar equipment to prevent injuries from sharp edges and falls. Then two safety protocols. Maintain and inspect tools regularly. Use proper tools for specific tasks. Then follow manufacturer guidelines and store tools safely to prevent accidents. Then transport guidelines. Secure equipment during hello. Let's continue. So then that is for the transportation guidelines. Then emergency response drills. So guidelines for regular emergency drills implementation. Guidelines for regular emergency scenario. Articles include frequency, documentation, evaluation criteria, and continuous improvement of response capability. Then also for response procedures, step-by-step actions for responding to falls from heights, including stabilization techniques, emergency communication protocols, and proper rescue equipment usage. The first step procedure, proper techniques for treating common injuries in solar installation, including electrical burns, falls, heat, exhaustion, and proper use of first aid kits. Then electrical emergency protocol, specific procedure for responding to electrical accident, including power disconnection methods, rescue techniques for electrocution victims, and equipment isolation protocol. So I mean, they're basically training us on how to commence the first aid if there's any accident. You understand? If prevent somebody sustain a minor injuries like cut, how to quickly use your first aid kit, your disinfectant, and your cotton wools, and also if it is something severe like fall, on how to use how to quickly administer first aid to the person. Is that right? So all this they are telling us the importance of first aid and emergency response protocol. So that is just the basic thing. All right. So yeah, um, that would be that regarding safety in health and safety in solar installation. And if you have any question, you can throw them, and I will do my possible best to answer them. So I can't see anything from here. I don't even know if I'm talking. Okay, please. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Guys, you guys, guys, are we still around? Hello. Yeah. Anybody has any question? It might not even be from everything we have said so far, but maybe from anything regarding safety and all. Anybody has any question before we call it a night already? I think the flow tonight was a little bit seamless, apart from when we were trying to start initially. But apart from that, I think the network was a little bit good. Okay. If there's no question, then we might just call it a night already. Okay. So we definitely are going to start with the load audits, which is the main part of the design of the stuff tomorrow. Thank you so much, Engineer. That has been a very nice session that we've had. I hope you guys are going to utilize everything that's been taught so far concerning safety and all. Right. I hope you guys are going to utilize that. So the link is pretty much going to be available to the end of tomorrow, so that we can also rewatch it as many times as possible that we want to. Please, this cost a lot to put together, and you guys know already. I just want us to utilize everything that um, we teach you from here. Okay, so most likely on Friday, I'm going to ensure that we round off everything that we have to do on Thursday, right? So that on Friday we could have a little bit of conversation, right? It's most likely going to be on Zoom, so I'm going to send the Zoom link so that we can have an interaction and all of that, right? Beyond that, I'm going to be sending some of recorded videos of how, for instance, how do you install panel on roof, right? Those are going to be recorded videos that I'm going to be sending to us, right? How do you mount panels on roof? How do you work on roof? How do you connect the protection box for your panel and your inverter and the battery? How do you do all of those? Those are going to be recorded videos that I'm going to send a link to us in the group chat so that we can. Most likely, I'm going to premiere it so we can all see it. Have a robust learning experience right from the training. Okay, guys. So if there are no questions, then we're going to end the stream for tonight. I'll see you again tomorrow. by God's grace. Thank you guys for coming around once again. See you tomorrow.